everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look that I just didn't know how to kind of name. I used all Drugstore products except for one, which is my eyebrow pencil, because right now I don't have any alternatives so far, so that will have to do. But if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start out right now with the eyes. I will start out by using an eye base, and it's the Maybelline Color 2 in On and On Bronze. And I'm going to use it with my fingers and apply it on my eyelids and drag it upwards, just like so. And this is not going to be the main color, it's just going to give like a hint of color, but more like a solid base for everything else that I apply to work and last on top of it. Second step is to define the crease, and for that I'm going to use my basics eyeshadow palette from Jade in Velvet Plum. Obviously I'm not going to use the plummy shades, I'm going to use the neutral shades, which are these two right here. I'm going to use the lighter one first, just to see how it looks. Tap of an axis and apply it in my crease, going back and forth. Next, I'm going to use one of my favorite products of all time that you know about. It's the Loreal Infallible in Amber Brush. It's just one of my favorite products of life. And I'm going to use it with the, which brush? I do remember bringing a brush for it. The Makiage Fluff Brush. And you've been hearing a lot about this brush. I just think it's one of the best. So yeah, I'm going to tap it on the inner half of my eyes and sweep the rest backwards. And I'm mainly using it on the moving part of the lid. To intensify the outer corners, I'm going to use that same brush, but I'm going to use a darker color in my Jade palette, this one. I'm kind of going to darken the outer corners. And the outer part of my crease. And blend. I'm going to move to my 217 by MAC just to carry on blending. Before I continue the eyes and finish them up, I'm going to work a little bit on my complexion. I am going to use the Careline All-in-One Primer. Obviously the writing has rubbed off because the packaging is terrible, but the product is actually very nice. I'm going to start out by taking just a little bit of it, making sure that the fingers that I'm going to use are clean. I'm going to prime my under eyes with it first, just because it's very silicone-y and it's going to provide the smoothest canvas to work on. But just like using just a little bit of product, not a lot. And then I'm going to use a little bit on my nose just to smooth it out, because I do feel like my nose is one of the most textured areas on my face. And finally, just like my lateral lines and my chin. And that's just what I'm going to do. Next, I'm going to mix the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation on my hands with just a little bit of the horrible L'Oreal Lumi Magique. I just want this foundation just to have a little bit more color and a little bit more luminosity. So I'm going to mix it in with just like a little bit of this horrible foundation that I just can't stand. I'm going to mix them in with my fingers and apply on my face, take my Beauty Blender dupe, which is from April here in Israel, that I think is just a very nice sponge. And kind of press it in. Now, as you can tell, I don't really apply a ton of foundation on the very sides of my face, just because I just don't think that I need a ton of foundation all over my face. I just want something to even out my complexion, and nothing more than that. So I just focus the foundation on the problematic areas, not that they're that problematic. And I think that now it's time to apply a little bit of concealer. I'm going to use the Healthy Mix concealer from Bourjois as well, because that's the one that I have. I just find that controlling the amount that you get with it is a little bit problematic, and it's very thick as well. So I'm going to just use a little bit on my chin with the opposite side of the sponge, and then the other side that I blended in the foundation. And then I'm going to use, oh, that's just a little bit too much, the other side of my face to mix everything in. So yeah, that is done. I'm going to use two powders. The first one is a translucent powder from Rimmel, the Stay Matte powder, and I'm going to use it on the center of my face, like the T-zone more precisely. Now, to bronze my face, I'm going to use the Bourjois I'm going to use the Bourjois Bronzing Primer, and I'm going to use a Guerlain kind of gift with purchase brush. It's very warm, and I just think that it's very bronze goddessy. I'm going to blend it in as much as I can possibly do. I just love the warmth that it gives. It smells terrible though, so just be warned. Some people might like the way it smells because some people think it smells like chocolate. Well, being the person that I am not exactly keen on chocolate. Chocolate gives me migraines, which is very random, but also kind of common as well amongst some people. And I just happen to be one of those people. So yeah, here is like a random fact for you. So I'm done with that, and now I'm going to apply a little bit more powder on the rest of my face. I'm going to use the Bourjois Healthy Balance powder, and I'm going to use that same brush that I used for powder. This time I'm going to kind of concentrate it on the outer sides of my face, since this does have a little bit more color and it's not sheer, basically, it's not transparent. Next would be the Pupa Luminous Baked All Over, because obviously you know that I had to use it because it's just one of my favorite products of life. I absolutely adore it. I am going to use the bronze shade first, top of most of the excess, and apply it on my cheekbones first, well, underneath my cheekbones to be more precise. And then for blush, I am going to use the Sleek Life's a Peach blush. If I can open it, it's like hard to open. It took me like a good 10 to 20 seconds to open it. So I'm going to use my MAC 116 that I just dropped. I just keep on dropping things today for some reason. I am applying it on the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm going to go back to my beloved Pupa Luminy Spectral All Over. I'm going to use the lightest shade with a fan brush just to highlight my cheekbones, because I just love a good highlighted cheekbone. I just love this product. It's just one of the best products that I've used in 2015 so far. And if you'd like me to do like a top 2015 discoveries, beauty discoveries, I'll be happy to do it if you'd like to see it. I think I'm done with my complexion. Now I'm going to go back to the eyes. I'm going to use my beloved amber brush on my lower lash line. Just like so, just to give me like a super duper light hint of color, but nothing like insane and unnatural. I'm going to use just a little bit of the darkest shade that I used in my Jade palette. I'm going to use it on the outer corners and do the same thing with the other eye. Blend the eyeshadows together. And I'm going to apply a liner and some brows and mascaras off camera, and I will definitely be back afterwards to show you which lip products I'm going to use. So hold on just a little bit. For brows, I used the usual Makiage Brow Pen or slash pencil. And for my mascara, I used the Essence All Eyes on Me Waterproof. For my eyeliner in my waterline, I used the Rimmel Soft Khol Kajal in Sable Brown, I think. For lips, I'm going to use a combination of two orangey lipsticks that I just absolutely adore. The first one is my Rimmel Moisture Renew in Love with Ginger. And I'm going to use it straight from the bullet onto my lips. I usually like to start out with my Cupid's bow. On top of it, just to give it like that extra bit of glossiness, not that it needs any, I'm going to use the Revlon Colorstay Moisture Stain in Miami Fever, number 35, 035 to be more precise and exact. I'm going to use the applicator as well, so yep, this is all. This is the final look. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more videos to come from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you like this tutorial and you'd like to recreate it and tag me on Instagram, feel free to do so. My Instagram is @CarolCosmos, just like the channel's name. Like this video and leave me some comments down below, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye and take care.